We talk, we argue, we whisper, we question. Heck, we human beings use our voices all the time. But how can we connect that to another very important form of communication, our writing? How exactly does talking look on paper? In this screencast, we'll show you how to properly use punctuation when writing dialogue. Let's start with a simple example. Bah! What is that abomination?
You don't like kittens?
No, look. This is a common mistake that people make when ending a quote that's a question. We'll talk about it more in a moment, but let me ask you something first.
Okay.
Have you ever seen such an adorable kitten? She asked excitedly. Does this kind of punctuation really lend itself to an exciting question?
No.
Well, we do see those commas a lot.
Uh-huh.
And there is a place to use them.
Where?
According to the Purdue Online Writing Lab, you should use a comma to introduce a quotation after a standard dialogue tag, a brief introductory phrase, or a dependent clause.
Wait a second. What if you just want to write out plain dialogue? You know, a conversation, without all that tagging business.
In that case, put each speaker's words in a separate paragraph.
Ah, you mean like this?
Well, yeah.
Or this?
Precisely, but...
Or this?
Exactly. In fact, this is true whether or not you're using dialogue tags. And look a little closer at what we have here. Every quote that starts must come to an end, and there are special punctuation rules for that too. When dialogue ends with a question mark or an exclamation point, just punctuate as usual and put the quotation marks at the end, as we did here.
Whoa, hold up!
What?
What if the question mark or exclamation point applies to the whole sentence, not just the little quotey part?
In that case, place the punctuation outside the closing quotation marks. For example...
Oh, come on now.
But don't forget, periods and commas generally stay within, unless you're using a parenthetical reference.
Anything else?
Why, yes. Now that I think of it, there are a couple more little details to keep in mind. First, be sure to capitalize the first letter of a direct quote when the quote is a complete sentence. And second, as you see here, don't capitalize when the quote is just a fragment.
This stuff doesn't sound too hard. What's the catch?
Okay, there is one tricky little thing. When you use colons and semicolons, be sure to place them outside the closing quotation marks.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. And if it ever gets bad, the University Writing Center is here for you. Stop by sometime, or visit us online.